This is not a podcast, it's a portal. For centuries, we didn't know that the commas of our lives held such immense power. And for years, I have been trying to keep all of my worlds separate, but not anymore. Join me and luminaries from around the world where we're shining light on both this and that. Welcome to Illuminate with Latia Vaughan. I'm so excited to welcome you to Illuminate with Latia Vaughan, the podcast where we interview luminaries from around the world that is lighting up different industries. And it's not enough to know what they are doing in their professional lives, but it's time for us to shine light and to shed light on the areas that they do not get to show the world, the things that make them tick, the things that make them click, the way their genius operates, and even their spirituality. This is a safe place where we can shed light and shine light on all areas, both this and that. This is the space where we honor both this and that. We illuminate it all so we can light up the world. So I'm excited, okay? Because our first guest for today, this woman naturally exudes such a brightness, such a light, such a joy about her. And she actually, beyond her professional life that we'll get to dive into, she has something very powerful that she is currently also birthing in the earth on her own. So I cannot wait to dive in deep and to introduce to you and the world to none other than Maisha Beard. Come on.
Woo! Wow. Oh my goodness.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I am feeling this deep sense of gratitude. Gratitude.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's my vibration right now in this moment.
Yes. Yeah. It's so beautiful. When I met Maisha, she is a person that naturally loves on others. Okay. But I think this is going to be a space today where we get a chance to just love on you.
I receive it.
Yes. Okay. So let's start off with sharing with the world who you are, what you do, and how you do. We already know, for those of you who do not know, that she is not only an author and a speaker, but there's some other things that are emerging as well. And I want us to take a time to peel back the layers on each of them. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, so go ahead and share with the world who you are, what you do, and how you do it, girl. Come on.
Well, my name is Maisha Beard, and I am the proud founder of the Maisha Experience. And what the Maisha Experience is my platform where I get to share how I have overcome certain experiences and how I am currently navigating through experiences right now, because we know that we are here for a time. We are all just passing through, right, Latia? Just passing through. And on that timeline, there are various experiences such as grief. And speaking of grief, my mother, my beautiful mother, who is now in the angelic realm, transitioned on March 15th, 2023 at 4:13 a.m. And that is what birthed the Maisha Experience.
Mm-hmm. And so right now you're in a space and in a season. Let's go back a little bit more.
Yes.
We have entrepreneurs that are listening. We have women that are executives and those who are just trying to dip their toe into what is next for them. Okay.
Yes.
So we know that you also hold a role within the city of Rochester. Talk a little bit about that.
So for the city of Rochester, I serve.
Come on, one more time for the people in the back.
I serve.
Yeah.
Historically resilient people.
Yeah.
My people.
Yeah.
I am a part of the population of people I serve. Resilient.
Yeah.
You know, I help them start, grow, sustain their businesses, fund their businesses. And I have a key little bit of data. Okay. So as a result of being the Kiva Capital Access Manager for the city of Rochester, in 2024, almost $200,000 in Kiva loans were dispersed because of my work. I get to say, because of my work.
Yes.
So many times we are afraid to take ownership of the things that we do. But I want to invite everyone listening, take ownership of your greatness. You know, I also advocate for entrepreneurs. There was a time when an entrepreneur was not being treated fairly, you know, by certain institutions. And I served. I got on the phone. This is Maisha Beard. And I am advocating for the name of the person I was advocating for. And we got results. So this is heart-led work. My paycheck is wonderful. I'm grateful for that. But what I feel in my heart and how my heart and soul is just genuinely connected to this work, that's why I do what I do for the city.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. And I think that with myself being a futurist, and I was in corporate America almost 20 years ago, and then launching off into being an entrepreneur, CEO, and founder. There's so many different roles that we play. And I think oftentimes, especially women, and even more especially Black and brown women, we get pigeonholed into a box that can only see you as this one thing. I mean, that's how I wrote Rediscover You. It was, I went from being a corporate woman to a housewife, having no kids to having kids, being single to being married. Then I started having health issues and challenges. And then I said, who am I now? Am I just the wife? Am I just the leader? Am I just the entrepreneur? And it felt almost like sinking sand. And with being a woman and a woman of color, holding a leadership role within the city of Rochester, and as well as also now in a position that you're currently birthing the Maisha experience, how has that experience been for you? Have you felt where you've been pigeonholed into a box, or you should only be this one side of yourself? You could only illuminate and show the world this one part of you?
What a question. And I'm going to take a deep breath.
Yeah. Come on. Together.
Together. Yes. And it's very interesting. This is a very interesting timeline for me. And I'm looking at it as a observer with curiosity right now. Because as a speaker, I bring a bit more to the table, say, for instance, when I'm doing a Kiva presentation. So
hold on.
Okay.
Before you said Kiva,
yes,
letting the world and those who are listening, doing her 9-to-5 function.
Yes, my 9-to-5 function.
Okay, go ahead.
So as I'm doing my 9-to-5 function, okay, I can give a great example. We were at the MWBE conference, and I was presenting along with 4 other presenters. And when it was my turn to go up, of course, I'm a speaker. Yeah. So I'm going to bring a certain level of energy.
Oh, yeah.
That was extremely different from the energy that my corporate colleagues brought. And so they all said, whoa, we have to go after that? Oh, wow. What are you doing here? You belong somewhere else. Because they were PowerPoint. And I was like, hey, let's figure this out. Now, where are we going to go? And I'm audience participation, and I'm raising the consciousness of the room, because I learned that we shouldn't have monologues. We should have dialogues. People will remember my story. So I wrap the information with inspiration in my story. And now I'm like, well, damn. Can I say damn?
Yeah.
Because that's how I felt.
Yeah, we'll bleep it out if one of our sponsors don't. Yeah. That's fine.
How do I stay true to the Maisha experience, which is the core of my being, which will be here, which will be with me far after my tenure with the city is over? How do I balance that? How do I get to be myself in every space that I'm in, which is my right? I am a sovereign being. How do I not shrink?
So do you feel that when they would only allow you to see one side of yourself, they only saw you as what type of Maisha do you feel that they wanted to just see from you?
They just wanted me to do PowerPoint presentations like them and just read the slides and
Mhm.
talk at people
Mhm. Mhm.
and not with people.
Mhm.
And they didn't say that
Yeah.
per se. Oh gosh, you're really great. But it was, but maybe you're a bit much. Maybe you should be doing something on a stage,
Yeah.
which is a compliment. But just the point that it was said
Yeah. Yeah.
spoke volumes.
And it's so unfortunate because I think we and you know, and of course we're going to talk about things that have racially divided us,
Mhm.
but I also want it to be a moment for Black and Brown women that are listening today to feel empowered to be who they are. You know,
Yes.
it's so crazy when I did my first workshop at Meta, and it was with executives, and I thought that they were bringing me in. We said shining light on one side versus another. I thought they were bringing me in to, you know, do training and, you know, all of the things that I was doing during that time and teaching on. But they actually wanted me to do a workshop on my book, Rediscover You. So it's so crazy you said that, because I was teaching them how to become, to put more of who they are into what they do. Because oftentimes we are so led by the systems, by the rules, by the regulations, it almost feels stiff to where you can't, there's no fluidity, there's no being fluid and flexible, if not the face, the fear of possible judgment. When I first started corporate America, one of the things on the list was not wearing natural hair, that it was not considered or deemed professional, or locks, you know. And so now I'm so grateful for movements that have come, like the Crown Act. Shout out to all of you there with the Crown Act. They're actually going to each state to get legislation in place so that hair discrimination for Black and Brown people are not done at that corporate level. So back to your story. So you're on the stage, you're lighting up the stage, you're wrapping, like you said, your information with your inspiration and your story. And it seemed to rub those a little bit different because you were highlighting or illuminating a side of yourself that maybe they weren't showing the world and shining on, right?
Yes.
So, for those who may feel like they do have to shrink back, what would you tell women entrepreneurs and executives today on how they can illuminate their brilliance and that bright side?
Don't shrink
Mhm.
ever. And this is the space that I am in right
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
In this space of advocacy
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
myself now.
Mhm.
It's easy to advocate for others,
Mhm.
but now I get to practice advocating for the brilliance of who I am,
Yeah.
of what I am, of what I know,
Mhm.
and being available to learn what I don't know,
Yes.
all at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, Latia, I've been told, you're so extra, you're so this, you're so that.
Mhm.
So much so that I would find myself, because I'm 5 feet
Mhm.
11 inches
Come on,
tall.
come on.
Okay.
A tall drink of water is what you said.
Listen,
You understand what I'm
listen.
saying? Come
Yes.
on.
And so, because I was told that, that story stayed with me until I said, this is not my story.
That's
This is the
good.
story someone projected onto me.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to stand up tall, all 5
Mhm.
feet 11 inches of me.
Mhm.
I'm going to speak the way that I speak.
But how did you learn that? Because oftentimes it's a process. What was the pain or
Whew.
the wound that initiated or activated your power? What was it? Because we all go through, and I can think of 5 of them right now, that it hit me to the ground so hard that in my groveling and figuring life and crying and evolving, I had to at some point discover a new part of me. So, what was that pain point or that wound?
The transitioning of the person who loved me more than anyone in this world,
Mm,
my mommy.
yes.
Her transitioning, me being chosen
Mhm,
by the Most High, the only of her children
mhm,
in the room with her as she took her last breath.
mm,
That moment said, you were chosen for this.
Mm.
And now you have to show up and shine. You must show up and shine.
Mm.
You are her legacy.
Mm.
She did. She shined.
Yes.
She shined as a nurse, and everything that she was, she shined.
Yes.
And for her to tell me exactly what she wanted me to do after she transitioned, and to ask me to promise, I said yes. And what I said yes to, Latia, was that I will continue to serve. I will use my God-given gift, which is my voice. I will continue to advocate for breast health for Black women because we deserve to live. I will continue to write and speak it or create books. I will be the best version of me because she gave me every tool I needed to do it. So from that pain, which is the deepest form of pain I've ever experienced and am still experienced, ergo the Maisha experience, birthed what I'm doing now and what is unfolding for me now and the downloads that I'm getting now. Even, and this part is so important, Latia, and I hope any person who can resonate with this, you get to do both. Joy and pain can coexist. In this right now moment, it is coexisting in me. I am so deeply joyful to be here right now. Yet there's still this pain in my heart yearning for my mother.
The grief.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and every person is different. In the Western world, we've been programmed about grief. I often wish that I could have just been a part of ancient civilization for just a moment to see how when someone transitioned, there was joy, right? Yes, there's gratitude for everything that my mother was and is now through me and in the spirit realm. Yet there's also still tremendous pain, but I get to channel it and do good work.
Yes, because there's some people that are going through pain and trauma, and they're channeling it down the opposite.
Yes,
and we see what is going on in our country.
Yes,
we've seen it with terrorist activity. We've seen it with racist, out blatant hatred towards one another. Realizing they don't hate you because of what you look like. They really hate themselves or what they personally have been through. I want to touch on something very important. You mentioned grief and death. And it's what I'm trying to do with this podcast and then also with the book launch and the live event is really breaking people out of the mindset of binary thinking. It's only this or that and embracing duality of life. There is a spectrum of life. Those who know that my son, my 8-year-old baby boy, is on the spectrum and is neurodivergent. I have learned so much through looking at life and business through his eyes and how we dance and move through life. So grief, really quick, and death. It sounds like when you were talking about when your mother was in her final stages of transition, that she asked you to make a promise to her. Am I correct?
Yes.
And in that promise, you said that not only are you going to adhere to it, but it sounds like that death birthed something in you, which activated. So now let me ask you this. Do you feel, okay, I'm going to go there.
Go there.
Do you feel that her passing and transitioning was a permission for you to step out of the shadows and to come out
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Had my mother not transitioned, I don't believe I would be sitting in this chair.
Yeah.
And when we think about death,
Mm-hmm.
knowing in my belief system, in my soul, that there's only life after life after life
Mm.
after life. And so mommy's physical presence, my physical relationship with her
Yeah.
is complete, but
Mm-hmm.
my relationship with her is not complete. It will
Mm-hmm.
never be complete.
Yes. Yes. It evolves.
It evolves.
Yes.
And the beauty in my mother's transition is I feel closer to her now,
Mm-hmm.
energetically,
Mm-hmm.
than I did when I could pick up and call her on video call.
Mm-hmm.
I just looked in the prompt before we started this, and the angle that I'm at, I said, "Hey, Ma." And I wanted to keep looking and keep looking, like to get a glimpse of her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, her smell will show
Yes.
up in certain instances. I'm like, "Ma, I'm okay."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when I'm gonna go there.
Go ahead.
When I am in certain episodes, I'll say it in depressive episodes,
Mm-hmm.
where sleeping and not waking up
Mm-hmm.
didn't seem so bad at one time.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All praises to the Most High that I have moved beyond that
Mm-hmm.
and evolved from that. But even in those moments, I hear the whisper, you can do this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't you give up.
Mm-hmm.
You need you,
Yeah.
your children, your grandchildren, the world needs you.
Yeah.
Rest,
Mm-hmm.
but get up.
But get up.
You're my daughter.
Yes. Yes. I
And
love that.
yeah,
I love that
yeah.
because this is a side of you that when you're on stage and you're lighting up the audiences, like you said, and you're being vibrant, as leaders, we don't get a chance to share our grief often. And it could don't have to be grief with family members or loved ones passing. It could be grief of relationships or transitioning of friendships. It can be the grief of leaving an old career and stepping into something new. There's so many forms and levels to grief. But what I realize, I'm very heavily backed in research. So like if an oak tree falls and it's cut down and it dies, you take that sample of any part of the oak tree, and every part of the DNA will be the same oak tree, the DNA of an oak tree, no matter what. You come back to that same oak tree that died and fell within a year, and you take a sample, and you'll see almost 100,000 different life forms have now emerged because of the death of that one. So I'm saying all that to say, when your mother went on and there was a death, you sharing your story is also sharing with the world that there was life that was erected in you, that was laying dormant, that you never even knew existed. You didn't know the pain that you can endure and overcome. You did not know the power, and you did not even know how to transform and transmute that into something that you can give to the world, new life. And because there was a death and a new life in you, now there's new life in others. There's new life in the next one and the next one. And to me, I feel that is also true legacy. I feel that legacy is not also what happens after you die, but legacy is also what happens when you walk out of the room. How do they feel? How did you make them feel? What did you make come alive in them? What did you shine light or shed light on that allows them to think differently? And so I'm so glad that we just took a few minutes to talk about that major pain point in your life and highlighted that, because now we're able to just get a little bit of a bigger picture of who you are today and how you are today operating in the world. So, okay, So you went through a time that people wanted you to just only appear one way, but you said, no, I got to stick to my guns and I'm going to show up as me and show up as myself. And in you, as showing up as yourself, Maisha, experienced one of the greatest griefs of your life. But in that grief and in that death, it illuminated and lit up something else in you and in your soul that you did not know was alive. And so now you're taking that same light and now you're lighting up others. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Come on, girl. Come on. I'm just saying. I'm just making sure. Am I tracking with you good? Am I tracking? Am I tracking with you good?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. And so now you're at a different season, at a different place of your life where the pain still comes up. Like you said, it's duality. You have joy and pain. But I feel like now, when we become more evolved, we recognize it. We become more aware and we can put things in place to where we can recover faster. And I feel that is a key part of healing. It's not about that you can never feel bad or have a bad day or fall down or experience grief. But if I can learn how to recover faster, if I can recognize the signs, oh, T, you're going there. Like I talk to myself. I don't know if you talk to yourself.
All the time.
Sometimes I tell myself to shut up. Like, shut up. And I forget my first time I said it. My daughter's looking at me like, who is she? Crazy? What did you talk about? But sometimes you literally have to shake and awaken your nervous system because your subconscious mind, that 95% that we operate daily, that mundane routine that we do daily, it'll take you down that comfortable path. And sometimes even that comfortable path that we have been used to growing up could have been the very dysfunction, limiting beliefs, bad habits. It'll almost like rock you back to sleep, lull your conscious back to sleep. And so you got to do something to awaken yourself. So if y'all listen out there today, okay, if you feel like you're stuck and you're in a rut, or you're feeling like, I feel like I'm in this cycle, you need to literally do radical action. Say radical action.
Radical action.
Come on, radical action.
Radical action.
That will shake up your nervous system. That radical action could be jumping up and going for a walk, going for a swim, dancing, literally jumping up and down changes your physiology to where you can shake up your nervous system, because right now what it's trying to do is trying to court you back to a comfortable place. And we think the comfortable place is the safe place, but it is not. It is in the uncomfortable domains is where we find our higher selves, our bigger self. Like you said, you recognize the power that you didn't even know you had. What do you do to shake up your nervous system?
Listen.
Come on, share.
What I do now, I walk for 30 minutes every day.
That's good.
Every single day. I make sure I walk. I make sure that I move, because it's scientifically known that exercise helps.
Yes.
Your mental and physical health, of course. But what I do within my meditations, and if I'm just by myself and those thoughts come up, I say, notice, observe.
Yep.
Because we know we're not our thoughts. So notice them. You don't have to give it a charge if it doesn't serve you well.
Yes.
So you can say, oh, there's that thing. Okay, we're going to let you just float on by. Subconscious, I know you want attention. Ego will come up and keep you in this continuous loop and cycle of ruminating. And I should have said this, or I should have done that. And you have a whole story in your mind.
Yes.
That is now signaling your nervous system, your cells, your atoms, your organs.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I breathe. That's the answer to the question. I pause and I breathe.
Yeah.
So I breathe in for 4, I hold it for 4, and I breathe out for 6 to signal my body that I am safe.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, and I don't want anyone, if you are taking anti-anxiety meds, please don't stop taking them unless you consult your doctor. Okay. But I was on them after mommy's transition. Okay. And when I started practicing being aware of my breath, one day I woke up and I said, I don't think I need these anymore. Okay, let's try another day. But let me take them anyway, just in case.
Right.
Oh my goodness, I don't need them again. And the days turned into months. And now I'm at about 6 months.
Wow.
I breathe to regulate my nervous system.
Yes.
But I do believe that every person is unique.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to invite everyone to do what is necessary for their health
Yes.
to continue to thrive in life, no matter what that looks like.
So then can you share with everyone right now how to do the breathing? Let's do it together. Let's practice
let's
it
do it
together.
together. Ooh,
Okay, so I'm gonna
yes.
take a deep breath. I don't know. Hold on. Do
Okay,
I need
so
to
take
unbutton?
you're
Do I need
good.
to, I do I got it.
Okay, so imagine yourself just feeling anxious, right?
Mhm.
And awareness is so good
Mhm.
because that's when you can just say, I need a break. I'm
Mhm.
going to pause for a minute. And so you breathe in for 4.
Okay.
And you fill up your diaphragm. Like you don't breathe with your shoulders. You fill up your diaphragm.
Because girl, child, my
Right.
shoulders
Let's
way
try
up
again.
to my
Way up.
ears.
Right.
Mhm.
So take that breath. And when you're breathing in, you're thinking about unconditional love. And then you're holding it for 4 with that vibration of unconditional love. And then you exhale for 6. And you do it for as many times as you need to until you feel like you've self-regulated.
Yeah.
And that thinking of unconditional love, I think about my granddaughter and how she hugs me and grabs my face and says, Gaga, I love you so much.
Oh, Gaga.
Gaga.
Oh,
my goodness.
I'm gonna call you Gaga.
You
when I call
can.
you.
Oh, Gaga, I
No,
love you so
don't say
much.
like that.
And so that's the feeling tone that
Yeah.
I invite into my awareness,
Yeah.
no matter what else is happening.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So no matter what time it is on your side of the world, we invite you to take some breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, so you can recenter yourself and be present.
And be present.
Because that invites your conscious mind back to the forefront.
Yes.
And it allows you to stop operating out of your subconscious, mundane routine activities. And that's how we get stuck in these loops, because we go to eat, drive the same way to work, talk to the same people, eat the same thing, watch the same shows. It is a loop that we have to break out of if we are to discover who we are in this part of our lives, like you said, so that we can shine light on that to give light to others. And so I love, love, love that your way to shake up your nervous system is by deep breathing and by walking 30 minutes.
Yes. And I just started the walking.
You did?
I just started. I'm on day 9.
Come on now.
And when I tell you.
What do you wear? You wear
So-
cute, what you do you be putting on the
Listen,
the
I
fits or
wear
what
whatever
you-
I have in the moment.
Okay.
In
come
the
on.
moment. Sometimes if I'm at work, I'll wear my work. I'll just put my sneakers
Yes.
on. But the walking, the mindful walking
Yes,
has
yes,
been a
yes.
shift in me, because when I walk, I'm not interested in my phone.
Mhm.
I'm not interested in anything else but my feet moving me, the trees that I see.
Mhm.
Oh, look at
Yes,
that
yes,
flower.
yes,
Look
yes,
at that cloud moving. I am mindful.
Yes.
And that in and of itself is
Mhm.
prayer and meditation
Yes.
and coming back to
Yes.
self.
Okay, so let's touch on this before we wrap up this talk today, because you said something, you had mentioned prayer. So if we're
Mhm.
talking about this and that, we've illuminated the professional side of Maisha, the
Mhm.
front-facing person that everyone sees at events in Rochester, being representative of what you do in your day-to-day life. We've shed light on the intimate part of you that you don't get a chance to often share, about that pain in your life that produced so much power. And just give 30 to 60 seconds of where your spirituality in all of this, let's shine light on, where has that fit in or played a part in all of this. Let me give you 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Yes.
My spirituality is that of oneness, of acceptance, of understanding that the source of all creation expresses itself through me, through you, Latia, through everyone who is willing to receive that divine source energy. And so it has literally just been maybe 3 months since I have allowed myself to publicly say, I Maisha,
Mm.
I am gifted.
Mm.
I am gifted by way of meditation.
Yes.
I am gifted by the way that I communicate with the source of all creation. And it may not look like it looks at with organized religion, because I'm not a participant in organized religion.
Yes.
However, I can make salat with my Muslim brothers and sisters.
Yes.
I can meditate with my Buddhist brothers and sisters, and I can get my praise and worship on with my Christian brothers and sisters.
Mm.
And I can still be true to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. And I love that, because here we go. I'm just going to say it, and I've been saying it for years, is that I feel, and I know, and there's proof and research that religion has created so much spiritual schizophrenia in people. And they have allowed that to bring them down to such a low level that I'm nothing, that I'm. And so you recount that, you retrace that, you observe that, you absorb that reality. And as a result, it's hard for you to manifest, it's hard for you to create, it's hard for you to make money for your business. It's because of the spirit in which you were producing, whether it's a dream or a book or whatever. You were struggling, you was writing through a time of struggle. Now you're struggling to put it out, now you're struggling to market it, now you're struggling. It's all a flow. And I think this wave of enlightenment that is coming, it is fine with honoring tradition, right? But let me tell you this, and I'll tell the world all the time, you are allowed to have a new thought. You are allowed to have a new thought. If all we are, spiritual beings having a human experience, but the only thing I'm able to create in this earth is what I've read between these pages, then you are merely just a historian that is just reading stories, recounting the past, and not creating, building a future. And I believe that God wants us to, God doesn't want us to do it for us. God wants to create with us. And we have yet to find out as a whole how to allow God to move through us, in us, for us, beside us, to guide us, to create something beautiful in the earth. And so I do believe, and I love that you shared that there are more souls that are rising up and saying, yes, I do believe this, right? But I also know I can honor that. I can believe what I believe, but I can also honor and not condemn you or shame you to hell for something that you believe in. You understand?
Yes.
And so I'm looking forward to having more discussions with leaders that are not only in the spiritual sectors. It's so funny. I'll tell you this quick story. It was when I was doing the United Nations event last year, and there was a person that is a very a strong acquaintance. And they reached out, says, I want to go to United Nations. God has called me to the nations. Yada, 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 yada. But yet, when you go to their social media page, all they're doing is condemning to hell anybody that thinks differently, believes differently, feels differently. And so the United Nations and UN women, whenever you step on platforms like that, that is an honorable space where we honor the traditions and the beliefs of all. That is representing diplomacy. And so now you got to be protective over the doors that God may has given you that others may try to rush through, and yet you're not in a space to hold the light. To say, you know what, I believe differently, but that's okay. I can still love you. We can still eat and talk about what was your favorite movie. And I guarantee you, if we did more of that, we can find jewels, we can find more commonality. I think that we believe that because we're different, that we're not connected, but we are all deeply interconnected. If you're white or you're black, doesn't matter. There is still a connectedness that we share in humanity. And so I just want to say that I'm so glad that you touched on that in terms of how your spiritual belief has guided you through all of these transitions. So now share with those who are watching out there as we get ready to close at this season and point of your life. What have you hidden?
So I've hidden my voice
Mm,
until now.
mhm.
I've hidden a lot of my talents,
Yeah.
hiding behind my degree,
Mhm.
with writing. Oh, I'm going to go to school and then get a degree. So then that way people will know that I am really a writer.
Mm,
You see,
mhm,
my
mhm,
my
mhm.
my gift wasn't enough for me
Yes,
at
yes,
that
yes,
time.
yes.
Oh, I'm just going to speak for free at places because I don't have a degree in
Mm,
speaking. And so I hid, oh, I'll volunteer here, I'll volunteer here, I'll volunteer here. But mommy,
mhm,
I know that my gifts are a way that source, that the Most High expresses itself through me.
mhm, mhm.
And who am I to mute it?
Yes.
So, answering the question, I used to hide.
Mhm.
I don't hide anymore
Come on.
for anything
Come
or
on.
anybody
Yeah.
at work
Yeah.
or not. I am going to show up as 100% authentically Maisha in every space that I'm in.
Mhm.
I'm going to lead with my heart because I know for me, my heart is my first mind.
Mhm.
Everything goes back to love.
Mhm.
Everything comes forth with the intention, if the
Mhm.
intention is set from love.
Mhm.
All of our molecules, all of us are unique
Mhm.
emanations of love.
Yeah.
And what does love reflect? Source, creator, the most high. Whatever name you call the God of your understanding, it's love.
Mhm. So the you hiding your voice was the thing that you hid from the world until now.
Yes.
And since that pain point and transition from your mother, that has given you almost like a permission.
Yes. It gave me permission. Latia, I saw an amazing soul speaking at a conference. And I went to the conference for one thing.
Mhm.
But when I saw this woman speaking and the way she graced the stage and the energy she gave out, I was so connected and drawn
Mhm.
to that. And this was only a few months after my mother's transition.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to meet her. She was you.
Mm.
She was you. She was you. And
Yeah.
so it is miraculous.
Mm.
It is a miraculous manifestation of using your voice.
And where was the event? Wait, hold on,
In
hold on.
Atlanta, Georgia, Fearless Fund. It was the Fearless Conference.
I wasn't even living in Rochester
No,
then.
ma'am. No, you were not. You were not living in Rochester. I said,
Woo, take
and
them on the journey. Come on, let them
I
understand how
followed.
manifestation works.
Let me share this.
Come on.
I was grieving. Okay.
Wow.
Went to Atlanta to the Fearless Fund Conference. Saw Latia Vaughan on stage doing what she does. And I was blown away. And I watched her move from every point she went. I was with her energetically. I said out loud, I'm going to meet her. I was alone. I'm going to meet her.
Mm.
Oh, I'm going to meet her. And then I said, if she can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, I can do it. I said it 3 times. If she can do it, I can do it.
Come on.
Then I get to a conference a year and some change later,
Mm-hmm.
and I see you on the stage. And I said, oh my goodness. Then I said, Maisha, be still.
Mm-hmm.
Your energy and her energy are aligned, it will be a match. Just be still. You don't have to run up to her. And I watched you walk from the stage up to another corner and then make a L and you beeline straight to me. And I said, hi, I admire you. I saw you first at the Fearless Conference. I love what you do. I love the way you speak. And I love the energy you give to an audience. And you grabbed my hand and said, thank you.
Wow.
Give me your LinkedIn information. And we held hands and hugged, and I have it on video. So your voice, even if you're not on stages with a microphone like we are, use it. Say exactly what it is that you want. Put it out into the universe. And I promise you it will come back. Especially if the intention is rooted in love.
Oh my goodness. When we held and you said, I saw you at Fearless Fund. Shout out to my sister, Arian Simone, everything that she has built with the Fearless Fund and the Fearless Foundation. Make sure you are supporting all of the efforts for them to uplift Black and Brown communities. And when we embraced, when you had said that, I was like, what? And you were like, you're in Rochester? Wait, you live in Rochester? I was like, yes, we just moved back. We've been gone for 20 years and we're coming here. We're building some initiatives in Rochester and Western New York. And it was just crazy how God will orchestrate not only just a connection, it is a collision, a destiny collision. And so what I will say that I want to make sure everybody extracts from that moment is that your words will always be your biggest prophets. Your words that you speak will always be your most biggest prophet. And so sometimes we don't realize the negative tense in which we speak. When I was doing research, they said 88 to 90% of our speech is negative. The way we talk, the formation of the way we talk is negative. We don't even realize it. You know, it's one of those things like, can you let the toilet seat down again or up again? Or can you not do that? Can you just make sure you don't do the nots, the don'ts, the can'ts, we speak in a negative tense. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
When I was going through my health issues with I was birthing my child, and one of my dear friends said, can I pray with you? And I said, sure. And she said, okay. She started begin to pray, because the doctor, for those of you who may not know my testimony, said, not only do we believe that you are going to die during this birth, but these are the different 3 to 4 points in the pregnancy that will happen that we can almost guarantee. And I had to sign a form, a waiver that I was aware of the implications of carrying this pregnancy out, but I had to remember the picture in mind that God gave me of my son Buddy playing with another boy. And I had to hold on to that picture instead of the image that I saw before me. So just really quick, I'll put a pin in this. Whatever image you see before you that it does not align what you are hoping for, believing for, praying for, pushing for, that you're going to have to draw another picture, and it has to be so clear of what it is you're striving for. You're going to have to hold on and lean into it so that you do not succumb to what the others may say. Okay, so back to you. Okay, so during that time, we don't know the negative speech that we are saying. So she says, can I pray for you? So she begins to pray, and she says, she will not die. She will not die. She was like, she was praying, great intentions, beautiful heart. And she was saying, you will not die. She will not die. And so when I went to bed that night, right before you go to sleep, you're in that theta state, which is the most opportune state for you to insert something new into your subconscious. Okay. And I was trying to go to sleep that night. I was pregnant. I was already wrestling with trying to survive this pregnancy, but my heart and spirit was so grieved. It was my stomach was churning, right? And then the next day, I started to have that revelation, and God began to, reveal to me that the thing that my subconscious was taking in was die, when the true verbiage and language says you will live, that Latia will live. She will live this pregnancy out. And so I'm telling you all this, that if you're going to be illuminating the world, if you're going to be shining light with your businesses, your ideas, if you're going to be stepping into the forefront, sharing your voice and your story, spreading it out. You're going to have to speak life over whatever it is that you're building, whatever it is that you're going for. And it does not mean that it's not going to be hard, but it is possible. Everything is possible. And so I'm so glad that we connected and had a divine destiny moment together. So, okay, so as we're wrapping up, what are you working on next and how can everyone follow you?
Oh my goodness. So I am still building the Maisha Experience, which is my speaking platform. And you can look me up, the Maisha Experience and Maisha Beard on all social platforms.
Yes.
My website is being built.
Yes.
You'll be able to book me for your speaking engagements. You can actually do that now. But
where can they send an email if they want to book you?
Oh, the Maisha Experience at gmail.com.
I love that. So you are in this building phase. This is a perfect time for us to do this podcast because as you're shining light and illuminating this one part of yourself in your day to day, 9 to 5, you're now birthing and creating another experience for people to be able to work with you and to see you on a different level. Can you share with us? I was looking at that beautiful pen that you have on.
Yes.
So, okay, so what does that have to do with? Because I love it.
Okay, so sunflowers, Landrell, the artist Landrell, the yogi, he's just amazing. And I love his music and I follow him. And sunflowers, he always had a sunflower around. And then the song Sunflower Soul. He said, wherever the sun goes, the sunflower follows. I said, that's me. I'm a sunflower soul.
Oh.
I'm a sunflower soul.
Yes.
Yeah. And he also said, even flowers have to endure the rain. But after the rain, that sunflower opens up to the sun. No matter which direction the sun is in, that sunflower will turn its neck.
Come on.
And open up.
Come on.
To the sun.
Yes.
And so the sunflower for me is a reminder that no matter what the experience is in any moment, I get to open myself up to the divine and know that that sun is still going to shine. The divine is still going to shine in, as, and through me.
Yes.
Hence the sunflower.
Yes. I love it. It's so beautiful. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. As we are wrapping up today, I feel like this was such a full conversation. I feel like we touched on a lot
we
of.
Did.
Ooh, child. I don't know if I want something to eat now. Do I need to eat something?
I'm thirsty.
I'm just saying. Oh my goodness. But that's what this is about. I think we have enough surface level conversations, and I'm excited about talking with those who dare to go into the deep with me and to be able to share those parts of ourselves that we don't get a chance to illuminate often. So thank you so much for joining us today, Maisha. Oh my goodness, I love your spirit. Oh, yeah, I'm telling you. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Oh my goodness, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to Illuminate with Latia Vaughan podcast. I'm so excited. You can download these podcasts on everywhere you find your podcast preference. And make sure that you like, share, and subscribe as we are growing this beautiful, illuminating community filled with light, filled with love, and shaking things up in our respective industries. It was a pleasure, an absolute joy to have this moment and this sit down with you. And I look forward to when we do it again.
Ashe.
Come on. Yes. Come on. Give me some, girl. Yes. Woo! We'll see you guys next time on Illuminate with Latia Vaughan.